Welcome to Explained Simply. Let's explore interesting things in the world together. Today let's find out every mythical creature explained. 1. Kraken. The ocean's hidden terror. Imagine the ocean's ultimate jump scare, the Kraken. For centuries, sailors whispered its name with a mixture of terror and awe. For to see it clearly meant you wouldn't live to tell the tale. This wasn't just a monster, it was the embodiment of the deep-sea unknown. Born from the churning storms and the primal fears of those who dared to sail beyond the horizon. Legends painted a picture of a creature so immense it mistook entire ships for mere snacks. Its colossal tentacles reaching out to drag vessels, crews, and all their earthly pride into a silence colder and more profound than death itself. Each suction mark on a sunken hull was said to be a tomb, a testament to its power. When it finally breached the surface, the sea itself seemed to rise in a panic, a liquid mountain erupting from the depths. Some ancient mariners believed it was a divine punishment, others saw it as a god in its own right. But the true terror of the Kraken was never just about the physical monster. It was about the vast, unexplored abyss it represented. The chilling, unmapped parts of our world where unimaginable horrors and mysteries still reside, lurking just beneath the placid surface. The Kraken was our collective dread of the deep, a reminder that some secrets of the world are best left undisturbed. 2. Fenrir. The unstoppable prophecy. Every civilization has its own version of a primal fear, and for the Norse, that fear took the form of Fenrir, the colossal wolf that even the gods dreaded. Born from chaos as a child of Loki, and sibling to world-ending serpents, Fenrir was never going to be a house pet. He grew at an alarming rate, not just in size and strength, but also in cunning, quickly surpassing the gods' ability to control him. Their initial attempts to bind him with chains of the strongest iron were met with effortless snaps and roars of defiance. Even ropes woven with powerful magic proved useless, chewed through like common thread. Desperate, the gods resorted to crafting something utterly unique, Gleipnir, a ribbon forged from impossible things. The sound of a cat's footsteps, a woman's beard. The roots of a mountain, and the breath of a fish. Pure myth woven into a magical trap. Fenrir, sensing the deception, agreed to wear it only if one of the gods would place their hand in his mouth as a sign of good faith. Tyr, the god of war, bravely sacrificed his hand. Once bound, Fenrir knew his fate. He didn't rage or struggle, he simply waited. For prophecy foretold that at Ragnarok, the twilight of the gods, he would break free, devouring Odin whole. Fenrir isn't portrayed as evil, but as destiny incarnate, an unstoppable, inevitable force. A symbol of the ultimate end that no power, not even divine, can truly escape. 3. Kitsune. The enchanting deceiver. As the monstrous wolf fades into prophecy, another creature begins to play. Captivating hearts and minds with its cunning, the kitsune. In Japanese folklore, these aren't just ordinary foxes. They are spirits of profound intelligence, mischief, and an astonishing number of tails. A kitsune earns a new tale for each century it survives. With 9 tails signifying the highest level of enlightenment, and almost retirement-level wisdom. These mystical beings are master shapeshifters, often appearing as breathtakingly beautiful women. Capable of swaying even the most devout monks from their vows, and sometimes, their earthly possessions too. But not all kitsune were tricksters. Their motivations spanned the spectrum of human emotion. Some dedicated themselves to protecting families, their presence a silent guardian. Others acted as karmic punisher, teaching humility to the arrogant. And a rare few even fell in love. A path that, for immortals, almost invariably leads to heartbreak and sorrow. They could conjure fire with a mere flick of their elegant tails. Or vanish in a whimsical swirl of autumn leaves and echoing laughter, leaving behind only a lingering sense of magic. You rarely saw a kitsune. You simply realized, often too late, that you had been engaging in conversation with one all along. Ultimately, kitsune represent the dangerous allure of charm and the potent power of intelligence. Frequently disguised beneath a veil of innocent beauty, reminding us that appearances can be deceiving. And a calm exterior often hides a world of hidden depths. 4. Thunderbird. Nature's majestic balance. When the sky itself needed a god, it grew colossal wings, the Thunderbird. Across the vast lands of North America, indigenous tribes spoke of this magnificent creature. A colossal bird dwelling above the clouds, soaring so high that even the fiercest storms bowed in its presence. Its very existence was a symphony of raw power. Each beat of its enormous wings birthed the rumble of thunder. and every blink of its fiery eyes unleashed a flash of lightning across the firmament. The Thunderbird wasn't a hunter in the traditional sense. Its purpose was far grander: it balanced the world. This majestic entity punished greed, protected the innocent, and served as a powerful reminder to mortals that nature operates on its own terms, needing no permission to unleash its formidable roar. Some legends describe its wingspan as vast enough to cover entire mountains, while others claimed it could pluck whales from the churning ocean depths to feed its young. Yet, the truth behind the Thunderbird is simpler and more profound. It wasn't a terrifying monster. It was a living law, a powerful embodiment of natural order and cosmic justice. It symbolized that immense power can be wielded for either protection or destruction, depending on the will that guides it. But like all storms, even the most powerful ones eventually fade, leaving behind a temporary calm, which often precedes the rising of a new tide. 5. Jörmungandr, the world-ending serpent. As one storm fades, another, far more ancient and destructive, begins to stir beneath the calm. Beneath the tranquil surface of the ocean, the world serpent wakes, Jörmungandr. This colossal beast is so immense that it encircles the entire earth, biting its own tail to hold the world together. Born from Loki, yes, that troublesome family again, Jörmungandr was cast into the deep ocean by Odin himself, who perhaps thought that simply throwing a problem into the sea would make it disappear forever. But Jörmungandr didn't drown. Instead, it grew and grew, continuously expanding until the very waves of the sea began to tremble under its immense bulk. The Norse believed that when Jörmungandr finally releases its tail, Ragnarok, the cataclysmic end of the world, will begin. The sky will lie, the gods will fall, and the sea will vomit forth unimaginable monsters. In this final, epic confrontation, Thor, the mighty thunder god, is destined to face the serpent. In a battle of cosmic proportions, lightning will meet venom, each earth-shattering strike shaking the heavens, each poisonous breath from the serpent threatening to corrupt the world. Thor will ultimately slay Jörmungandr, but not without paying the ultimate price. He will take 9 steps before succumbing to the serpent's venom and dying himself. This is the ultimate balance, the very essence of myth. The end and the beginning in the same breath. It symbolizes that every civilization, every age, ultimately faces its own reckoning, with its oldest monsters inevitably returning home. 6. Nian, the monster behind the festival. The circle of myths closes, but endings are merely sleeping beginnings, and when the old world burns, something ancient always rises from the ash. This brings us to Nian, the beast whose yearly terror unexpectedly birthed one of the most vibrant celebrations on Earth. Every year, Nian descended from the desolate mountains, a creature of immense power with massive jaws, a lion's flowing mane, and eyes that glowed like burning coins. It didn't roar out of hunger or malice. It roared out of a profound, primal fear. Even monsters, it seems, can be terrified by silence and the unknown. Villages would vanish overnight, their doors shattered, their inhabitants gone. No one understood what Nian truly desired until an old, wise man made a crucial discovery. Nian hated noise, fire, and the color red. This revelation transformed fear into defiance, and terror into celebration. People began to fight the monster not with weapons but with joy. Drums replaced screams, their rhythmic beats echoing through the valleys. Bright lanterns, red with good fortune, replaced the encroaching shadows of dread. What was once a time of hiding became a vibrant festival of light and sound. They say Nian still returns each year, but now it's not met with terror, but welcomed with an explosion of firecrackers, a cacophony of music, and a sea of red decorations. All loud enough and bright enough to keep the darkness and fear at bay. This is the essence of tradition. A living memory of what humanity has survived, a testament to turning fear into festivity. 7. Barghest, the silent harbinger of fate. While the skies explode with the vibrant colors and thunderous sounds of the Nian festival, in quieter, mist-shrouded lands, another creature walks in chilling silence, bringing death not with a roar, but with a shadow. This is Barghest, the black hound that serves as a grim herald of death. In the ancient, rolling hills and forgotten lanes of eyes glowed like dying embers in the gloom, and its fur was a shade darker than the deepest night itself, almost absorbing all light. When Barghest appeared, it was an undeniable omen. Someone nearby was living their final day. It wasn't a killer, it didn't chase or attack. It simply arrived, a chilling, inevitable presence. It might appear as a dark shadow lingering at lonely crossroads, a spectral shape behind the ancient gates of a churchyard, or a barely audible whisper carried on the wind just before a storm. Some believed it guarded the passage of the dead, others that it came to collect souls destined for the underworld. But those who claimed to have seen it up close described the beast not as cruel, but as utterly inevitable. A messenger of fate, not a murderer. Barghest represents the stark, inescapable reality of mortality, a silent reminder that every legend needs balance. Celebration in silence, birth and ending, terror and, ultimately, acceptance. 8. Ammit, the devourer of false hearts. When even shadows bow to the inevitable, there's only one place left for monsters to go, beyond the living, to the final judge. In the gilded, awe-inspiring Hall of Truth in ancient Egyptian mythology, the deceased souls waited. Their hearts carefully placed on a colossal scale, balanced against a single feather of Ma'a, the goddess of truth and justice. If a heart was pure, light, and untainted by wrongdoing, the soul passed into the blissful eternity of the afterlife. But if the heart was heavy, burdened by lies, deceit, and cruelty, Ammit was waiting. She was a creature of terrifying composite parts, half crocodile, half lion, and half hippopotamus. As if one apex predator simply wasn't enough to convey her immense power and fearsome appetite. Ammit didn't hunt the living, her quarry was far more profound, she hunted lies. Every deceitful act, every cruelty inflicted, every selfish breath drawn in life was silently digested beneath the golden walls of the Hall of Truth. The ancient Egyptians didn't fear Ammit in the same way they feared other monsters, instead, they deeply respected her. Ammit didn't punish with vengeance, she balanced. She was justice made flesh, not divine, not merciful, but unequivocally fair. When her monstrous jaws closed around a corrupted heart, even the gods were said to look away, acknowledging the finality of her judgment. In the end, it's not the monster you should fear, but the undeniable, immutable. Don't forget to support this kind of content by subscribing and watching this other super curious video you'll love.